Hello Floss Tube, hello family, hello friends. I'm Gail and this is my Floss Tube channel, Gail's Golden Needle. Welcome to anybody who has just found me. I'm glad you're here. I hope you like what you see. And to anyone who's returning, thank you for subscribing and for your comments. They've been so encouraging, and I really feel like I'm making some stitchy friends out there. So thank you. I wanted to just do a quick little life update, or maybe tell you a little bit more about me. I work at I don't think I ever mentioned what I do. I work outside of the home. I work at a local community hospital in a wound tech center. In a wound center. I'm a wound tech. So it's been really busy the last couple of weeks again. So that's why I haven't been doing a floss tube. Been stitching a lot when I come home. It is a good decompressor. I love my cross stitch and watching all of you floss tubers. It's been a lot of fun catching up with all of you. Keep them coming. It really, floss tube has been a wonderful, wonderful thing through this whole time. So, and I'm glad that I can kind of be a part of it. So, let's get started. Like I said, this is a channel about cross stitch, quilting, and sewing, and some felted wool applique, and some other things that I like, other crafts, mostly needle crafts. I don't knit or cross stitch. I knit or crochet, cross stitch. So I will be talking about quilts and some of the other things at the end. So I'll start with all of my cross stitch in the beginning. So let's start with, as I've done before, some of my mother's finishes. So this is a sampler. Now, this was done in 1992. I'm not sure if that's when the pattern was. I don't know the name of the pattern. I don't have any of those charts or anything like that. It looks like it was stitched on 14 count Aida and probably all DMC that I can tell. I don't see any fancy floss in here. There's some beading that she did. So I'll show it to you. I'll go right back here. There we go. That's a little bit better picture. So, like I said, there's some beading in there, and there's a couple of little motifs in here that she took and used on some of those monthly little frame-ups that she did for all of us. So I'll get a little bit closer so you can see some of the, she really did a lot of good work on there. I mean, that chicken, holy cow. That's a beautiful chicken. I love that chicken. That's a lot of work there too. That's almost a full coverage block. So yeah, that was my mom's sampler from 1992. So, and then for one of my finishes, I thought I'd show you. Now, all of my finishes are from this year. I started cross stitching just between Christmas and New Year. Really went at it after New Year. So this one is by, I'm sure you all are familiar with it, and I stitched it up right away because I loved it so much. And again, I'm sorry for my printer. But this is Light by Barbara Anna Designs. Okay. And I did this one on 16 count Gothic. And I changed up some of the dress. So the scarf, I used Moonlit Path. The dress is 315 and 3861 DMC. So I really like how that came out on the dark fabric. I like that it was kind of like nighttime, and she had the lantern. So that one is my finish. Now onto some whips. So I have to like reach down here. So as I said last time, I was working on Yule Queen by Primitive Hair. Okay. And I changed the dress also in this one. I did not have any of the called for, not even the DMC. I couldn't find it. And it's like, sometimes it's really hard to find some of these DMCs. And I kept it in the hoop, just so that, because I'm still going to finish it up. I just have to finish up the dress. And as you can see, I started with a darker, let's see if I can hold it up a little bit. There we go. I started with a darker, like purple shade, and it wasn't showing up in here. So then I changed it up to be a little bit lighter. And I changed that to, oh dear, what did I change that to? I think I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, I can't remember what I changed it to. Oh wait, it's right here. 3740. So, I love the cardinal on the snowflake. I think that's my favorite part of the whole thing. Just that cardinal sitting on the snowflake. So yep, that's my Yule Queen. And then, put this one away. So Stephanie from on Instagram, she's at Vintage So Gal, and then she has a floss tube that's quilting stuff. Quilt. Oh shoot, what is it? Quilt and Sew. Oh, I had that here. I can't remember now. But she and I were doing. It was right around Day of the Dead. So I was doing by Quiltify Designs, All Souls for Landon. Okay. And I got a little bit done on it. It was, oh my goodness, all of these things are. So this is what I got done. I finished up like this motif, and I didn't realize it's so amazing to me with these Quakers and some of these designs. I had no idea that was crossbones under the skull until I stitched it up. And I got a little bit more in this motif done. So, and I got a couple more letters done. So, and this is on 18 count shale, done with 310, DMC 310. Okay, put that one away. So I have been getting some stitchy time in it. I did a lot on the Yule Queen. I just, after a while I was tired of the Halloween, so I just switched to that. And I had a couple of new starts. So I had one day, let me start with that one. One day where I was, bad day at work. And I was like, I got it. I was ready for a new start. So I swung by the news magazine shop. And so I picked up the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. So, because I had seen this on a floss tube, and I loved it, and I have an idea for it. This is, let me grab the picture of the finish. So this is by Teresa Vinette. It's called Autumn Pennies by Shakespeare Peddler. So it's that one. And I had a piece of 22 count Ada that I had tried to tea dye again, or dye with blueberries, and it didn't turn out this one time. And I don't know if it was just the fabric. So I came home, I had some leftover coffee, poured it on the fabric, dried it, and started stitching it up. And so this is where I got so far. I had to change, this was like a light cream color, and what it was called for was not showing up on my fabric that well. And I kept trying white and everything else. The white was too stark. So I ended up going with this lighter, like, again, a mauve. I like purple. So I tend to like switch things up and add purple. So let me see what it is. Oh, it's 3861. So here it is. It's 3861 is what I'm using. So, and I like that. So, and I make my floss drops out of cards. I got that from Gail Phillips off of her floss tube. I thought, oh, I have a whole bunch of cards that don't have the whole deck. So, and I bought some others. But, so that was one start. And now a whip. Work in progress. The next one I started was by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, and it's a free one. So I'll put it up what her name is. Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. And it's a free chart, and it's, let me see, I think maybe, I don't know if I can show the pattern. Maybe I can show this one, because it's so dark from my printer. You're not going to be able to see it. But it says the little Santa Claus mug. It reminds me so much of, my mom had a set of these mugs. The Santa Claus mugs with them winking. I love those mugs. Those are so cute. I'm not sure where those mugs are right now. Possibly one of my sisters has it. So I thought this would be a really cute little ornament. And so I think I'm not going to do the tree coming out of it, or the stand, or the frame, because it's a lot. And it's going to be, then it would be too big for an ornament. So I thought I would just do the Santa Claus, the Santa mug, and I might just add a couple of the candy canes out of there. And then maybe some snowflakes around it. But I think it's coming out so cute. And this is on some more fabric that I tea dyed. This is an 18 count that I tea dyed myself. So tea dyeing is really fun and easy. And I like the effect that it has with some of these. It helps for some of these colors to really pop. So, that is my finishes and my whips. This is probably going to be a really short one. I do have a plan. Oh, I have a plan. Some plans. So I really wanted to try and work on this one again. Oh, this is another one of my bags I made. So I don't know if I showed this one. It's an Alexander Henry fabric. It's got the, I think she's right there, the woman in the garden. Yeah, one of the Gasleys in the garden. So this one is, sorry, I'm not really good about all this crinkling. Just take this out real quick. So this is Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. I know everybody's really familiar with that. So, and this is what I've gotten done so far. And this is also stitched on 18 count shale. Bought a big piece of that. I like it. So this is what I've gotten done so far. And it's hard. I think it's really hard. Well, if I put it up close, you can see the other moon, the white moon. Gold moon you can see. So I really like this. The border, I had a little trouble with the border. I must have like ripped and restitched and ripped and restitched several times, but I finally got it down. The roof, it's a little challenging, but I think I can get, I'm gonna, now that I did this other dress, the Barbara in a dress on the primitive hair dress on Yule Queen. That was very, I did all the gray first and then I went back. So I think I can get into rhythm of this. But it's very challenging for me. As a, I guess I'm a new cross stitcher because I haven't done it for 30 years. And then I started again. And like I said, there's so many different patterns out there now from the late 80s, early 90s. So most of it is the called for. So that's my plan. I want to start working some on that. And then I have some things that I want to order so that I can get some haul. There's a lot of patterns out there that I've been seeing lately that I really want to get. So that's all I have today for cross stitch. I hope you liked what you saw, and I hope that you'll come back and see me again. So if you're signing off now and saying goodbye for the cross stitch and you don't want to stick around for the quilting and the other sewing, have a good day, have a good week, take care. Now, if you stayed for the quilting, this is a quilt that I made, and again, it is another one of the BQs. So this is the first BQ by Maple Island. By Maple Island Quilts. It's called BQ. I don't know what BQ stands for. I think it says Big Quilt. But it does, and the patterns are really great. You can make either 12 blocks like this one is. You can make a wall. You can do either this, a 12-inch or a 9-inch block. She has that all there. And these, like I said, this patterns really, really are great for large print focal fabrics. And so this one is Hawaiian beers. My husband is Hawaiian. He's from Hawaii. And so I made this for him. Because it's kind of hard to find man quilts to make. There's not that many man fabrics out there. Manly fabrics. Unless it's like plaids or solids. So I found this, and I don't remember the fabric line. I'm wondering if it's probably either Timeless Treasures. Either Timeless Treasures. I don't think it's an Alexander Henry. I don't think. And so then in this sashings around, this is nuts. So there's all kinds of nuts in there. It's like cashews, pecans, Brazilian nuts. It's like a whole bunch of nuts. And then this is that like honeycomb dots. And I can't remember what that one was called either. But I thought beer and nuts kind of went together. And then on the, I made this in 2011. And then on the back, I just did, this fabric is like games. All different kind of games. Like cards and checkers and backgammon and all that kind of thing. So I thought that was fun. The quilting, this is all hand quilted. And I just drew a large grid that came down. That's probably about 3 inches apart. I just did long lines. The edge is a like a scallop wave that I have a template for. I have some border templates. So yeah, that's one of the quilts I made for my husband. It just is downstairs by the couch. I have a giant willow basket. All the quilts are rolled up. So when anybody comes over, they just grab a quilt if they're cold. They're usually cold in my house. Or they say it's too cold in my house. I'm comfortable. So this is some that some of my grandson and my son and everybody else kind of grabs too. So they don't have to really snuggle with the girly girl quilt. And so some of the other things that I have made, this one is, I made this in like 2008, 2009 when this book came out. And it's just a small wall hanging, and it's all the selvages, and it's the book, it's from the Selvage Edge, or Quilts from the Selvage Edge. Okay. And this is what I did. So I just made a little wall hanging that hangs over my sewing machine. And I didn't quilt this one because it's just a wall hanging. So I didn't quilt it. So and it's just backed with like a batik. But, so I'll get it a little closer so you can read some of them. Selvages are so fun, and they've gotten even better over the years now. Some of these designers are really making their selvages so neat that you just want to save all the selvages. And then I wanted to show a bag that I made. This is a big bag. So when I go somewhere, and because I do a lot of hand quilting, I have the quilt in the hoop, and then my little bag of my thread, my thimble, my needles, my scissors. But I needed a bag to stuff that in and take with me. So I made this big bag. So, and I'm trying to remember the designer of this fabric. I don't think she's designing fabric anymore. But, so yeah, it's just a big bag. Big, giant bag. So, yep. So I like bags. I make a lot of bags. The other thing that I made, and this, I know some people say they have they call it a drawer of shame, or a drawer of UFOs. Or no, they're finishes. So a drawer of finishes that need to be FFO'd, fully finished. And some people have a box. Well, mine are kind of small right now. So I have a bowl. And this is a bowl I made. This is out of clothesline and fabric. So I've made several of these, given them as gifts. So, like I said, it's just clothesline, fabric, and a button. But it's really good. I've got another bowl over there that's holding all the floss that's not on thread drops or bobbins. Just throw them in the basket, in the bowl. So, that's all I have for now. I hope that everybody has a good Thanksgiving. My family, my immediate little family, just my children, my daughters, son-in-laws, and my grandchildren, coming over Saturday, and we're having our Thanksgiving Saturday. Because most of the family, some of the family have to work on Thursday, or they have to work that Thursday third shift, or they're working the next day, like I am. I'm working the next day. So it just makes it hard. So we've kind of in the past, we've been doing the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So then everybody can be there. We can go into the evening, play games, or whatever. Nobody has to worry about, oh my gosh, got to get to work, or got to get to bed, get up. So we have a good time. So our Thanksgiving will be this Thursday. So I hope everybody is safe. Wear a mask. And enjoy your family if you can. And happy Thanksgiving. Bye.